we're going to make shrinking game pieces from my Shrinking Snow People project pack. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I am here with a fun project. We are going to make some shrinking snow people. This is out of my Shrinking Snow People project pack, and we're going to make a game. We're going to make a little knots and crosses, tic-tac-toe, fun little thing that you can do. I made this Shrinking Snow People pack with images from my coloring book that I released last year, and people really liked the images and they wanted more things they could do with them. So here we go. There's a secret extra. I didn't count the cover, but the cover gives you more characters to draw and color also. Tips, tricks, and tools for making awesome shrink plastic charms, tags, ornaments, and gifts. The materials list of things that you need, my copyright, which basically says, that all rights reserved. By downloading the book, you understand that you're not going to go make copies of it for monetary gain in any form. Tips and tricks. I talk about making a shrink plastic ruler so that you know how much your Shrinky Dink is going to shrink. I show images with rulers so that you know how big it was, what it looked like when it was colored, and what it looked like after it was shrunk next to the same ruler so that you know how much it's going to shrink. And then other tips and tricks. Then these are the designs. I have this little guy with the tree and the joy. You can cut and paste. You can say, I like the tree from this one, but I want to put that tree inside of this ball with this snowman. It is a downloadable PDF. There's no physical products being sold with this. And then this really cute owl. This is like one of my most favorite drawings out of the whole kit. And then this page with the cookies that make really great game pieces like we're making here. So here we go. And I am not being precise on this outline. This is handmade, making game pieces. You could do this for all kinds of things. If you wanted to do consistent size pieces with the same shape and different designs and make matching games, you could do that. They wouldn't disintegrate like the cardboard kind of memory games do. And remember, these lines are all going to be on the top. And even though they look a little bit transparent or translucent being drawn out right now, your lines and colors all become much more opaque and solid after you shrink. There's several different kinds of shrink plastic out there. I recommend getting something that is pre-sanded just because it makes it way easier to get right in and start doing your coloring and drawing. But if you only have non-sanded, you can sand it yourself or just use permanent marking pens for the whole thing. Because the nice thing is you can see right through this to line it back up. And again, I'm not being perfect and I'm not being worried about, some of these little spots that go over. Your mistakes shrink. That's the cool thing about this. The mistakes all shrink. So here we go. This one, I am not going to cut out as detailed going around as it looks. And I will not be worried about matching it up to the line. I'm not even worried about my lines that I had in the back here that made it look like it was deeper. It doesn't need it. He just looks so cute. But I hope that you will be doing fun projects like these with your family or with friends. It's always fun to share your creativity with those that you care about. Every time we share something of ourselves, we're sharing gratitude. We're thankful that they're whoever it is that we're sharing with is with us. It shows our love and our caring. Even if you do something for a stranger, you know, give them a smile, or you know, just walking down the street and somebody drops something that, you know, they dropped their glove or they dropped their bag, you can pick it up for them and hand it to them. These are the little shadows deep in the candy cup or little metal tin that this snowman's head is in. This has quite a bit of detail. You don't have to do things as detailed. You could just do patterns like triangles and squares, or circles and stars. Stars are getting a little bit more detailed. But there, we've gone all the way around. That's all I'm going to do. Now I can force them into being tighter together and save on the material. And I would do that. If I'm just doing this for myself, I would do that. But I am trying to make this easy for you guys to see. See, and we're just tracing, but not being a slave to the shapes. Make a rough circle. Now, if you want this project pack, it's available on my store at Deliberately Creative. The information is listed down below, underneath of the video, and if you're on another type of device, you can go to my shop listing by clicking the little black triangle next to the title of this video, and it will open up the description box with all of the information. I do have affiliate links for these products in my description there also. So if you are interested, and if you're going to be going to Amazon and purchasing things anyway, if you click on one of my links to get there, and then, you know, just go about your regular shopping, even if you don't buy anything off of my list, I will get a small finder's fee for having you come to Amazon through my link. And it never changes what you pay. And we've got, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blue color, and you're going, blue? For the snowman? Yep. Blue to, oh, one of these things is not like the other. He doesn't have his mouth colored. The blue makes a great shadow on your white. Because, you know, white snowmen would not actually be pure white. And where the white would be shadowed, it wouldn't be gray so much. It could be gray, but this little guy, you know, these are all imaginary snow people. I made them up. All right, so while I have the blue in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and get the shadow going around here. So that's one of the things about sort of assembly lining your projects. There we go. So I'm going in and putting shadows where I think shadows would be. Under the nose, around the little bits that are for the mouth. And then now I'm going to take the white and just color over all the blue. I am sort of avoiding the places where the teeth, his smile, and his nose are right now. But you see, I'm just coloring in with a circular pattern, filling in those spaces. This is the part that if you have children and you want to have some quality time with them, get the colored pencils out and let them color too with you. But remember, they should not be running the oven unless they are of an age that you trust to run an oven. And that age is different for every child. So you're the one who makes that decision. All right, just covered right over his face. And I'm being pretty sloppy because remember, all of your mistakes are minimized when you shrink. Now I want to get a color on his scarf. I think he's going to have an orange nose. He's going to have an orange nose. See, I'm doing things at the same time. And a yellow highlight on this one. And I'll see if any yellow comes through there. And I think he's going to have a yellow and orange stripe scarf. You can make those decisions. You are not limited by the drawing that you put down. See? Just quickly put that in. And you could be really careful and pay attention to the order that you're putting your colors down. I am not paying too close of attention to that right now. If you wanted to make sure that your highlights are on top of everything, you would want to put all of your whites in first and then color over the top of it and then seal everything again with white. Look how that's coming. Oh, that's doing really well. I am going to take this sort of yellow ochre and color in the cookie. And then we will take a cinnamon brown to make that little shadow under the edge of the icing and shadow around the cookie. And then we come back and we'll work on the tin. And I am just sort of coloring over a little bit harder in some areas. It still has that yellow ochre on the top, but you can see the brown coming through. It's really cool how this works. So now we've got the shadow, got a little bit of an edge going around, a little bit of a shadow underneath, a little bit of that edge. Look at that. Maybe even a little shadow on the scarf, just because I want to. There. And you're going, okay, that looks interesting. But yeah, I'll flip it over here in just a second. I am going to grab a couple grays and that white. I want to make some highlights here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the white on first. See? Doesn't have to be super neat. Just put some on. Now, if you use a different type of pen that says it's permanent, always test. I was able to get it done with my Sakura Micron pen, but the color pencil tended to lift it just a little bit. Oh, I want to put some highlights in his eyes. So I'm just going to go like this. Maybe a little highlight on where his mouth is. And now I'm going to color over and around. Really quick. Yeah, so be real careful. Always test. Grab a little scrap. Make your ruler. I show you exactly how to do that in the project pack. Okay, and now I'm just going to lightly, with the pewtery gray, coming up. But I pressed pretty hard when I was doing that little bit that's down deep. And now I'm just barely touching and scraping a little bit of color on. Like that. There we go. All right. So now, look at that. how pretty, how bright, shiny that is. So look at that. How pretty and bright and shiny and crisp. So then you're just going to take your scissors, and I like to do a rough cut around. Oh, look here. If you snip, you will break the film. See how that's got a little jog going off of it? But if you cut from the back of your scissors going forward and don't snip all the way down, you can get a perfect stopping point. Show you again. We're going to go down, and then we're going to cut across. Don't snip through. Move your scissors forward and get right to the end. And you have a perfect cut, and it's not going to tear. Then it's really easy to just wiggle cut your way around. I'm not even really paying that much attention. I just don't want to cut through any of my little bumps. And I'm cutting away from it. I'm leaving a margin because, you know, it's going to shrink. So, and you notice I'm staying back inside the scissors, back in here, while I'm cutting. I am going to use a heat embossing tool to do my shrinking here. When you are doing really large pieces, or doing pieces that are, you want to do a whole bunch of them at once, kind of like making game pieces, I'd get them all colored, drawn, colored, cut, throw them on a pan and toss them into a toaster oven. We're going to, actually, maybe I can do it with just one. Ooh. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go. Those are the two that we just did. These are two that I did earlier. You see how they're different, but they're still the same. So you could play a game where you're going, my little guy's going there, and then somebody else goes for the center, and then somebody blocks that one. And I don't have any more to play with this game, but I will do the rest of these and have some fun making game pieces. I hope you had fun doing this. I hope that you will check out more of my videos on my channel. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share my videos and channel with your friends if you think they would be interested in the things that I am doing. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much to my patrons. I wouldn't be able to do this without you, so I appreciate my patrons over on Patreon also. If you're interested in that, click on the link down below for Patreon, and remember to go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you, and I hope to see you back here again really soon. Look at how cute these are.